Remember, in the past few days in the Israel-Hamas war, there has been on one side release of some of the Israeli hostages, specifically young children and women, in exchange for the Palestinian prisoners. And now the state of Qatar has announced, which is acting as a mediator in the ongoing process, that an agreement has been reached to extend the humanitarian truce for an additional 2 days in the Gaza Strip. So the truce that was to stand for about 4 to 5 days has now been extended for another 2 days, which means possibly this will also mean on one side release of some of those who are hostages, innocent people, in exchange for the Palestinian prisoners. Many of them have been convicted for serious crimes. You can also see aid trucks heading into the Gaza Strip. This is the humanitarian aid trucks. Our Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan is tracking the latest on this. Geeta, so one, of course, not surprising that it is Qatar that is part of this mediation process, but 2 days more of additional humanitarian truce. What does this mean and where does it stand right now?
Well, the Palestinians have been waiting in the Gaza Strip for aid to reach them in time. And there was a brief moment when we thought that the truce would not hold, when the Palestinians said they would not be releasing further further hostages after the aid was not reaching them in time, and the number of trucks as is agreed upon. With the trucks having been released, the Hamas started releasing further hostages, and now we are given to understand that after the 4-day truce, there could be an extension. More hostages could be released. In all probability, this again would be a swap. We do not know the details of how many Palestinian prisoners would be released in exchange, but they're prisoners who are underage young children who've been languishing in the prisons of Israel for a very long time. So women and children are priority, and they're the ones who are being released from the Israeli prisons as well. So there could be a swap this time around as well. We'll have to wait and see what the details are. But it seems like Qatar has managed 2 more days of truce. And additionally, there could be release of the Israeli hostages who have been taken captive and have been in Hamas captivity ever since October 7th.
Right, Geeta Mohan with the latest. Geeta will be tracking the extension of this humanitarian truce. Remember, many of these children returned from the Gaza Strip from Hamas captivity are 3 to 4 years old, some of them orphaned, whose parents were killed in front of their eyes on 7th October, and finally reunited with the rest of the remaining alive family members.